The sequel to the 1982 film Tron. Tron Legacy delivers a great sequel story, in my opinion, accompanied with more modern visual effects, which brings the audience back to the grid. I feel like most people today will probably prefer this newer movie over the older one, not because the older movie is bad or that the new one has more superb story writing or character building, which to me the movie does have a little bit of. But the visuals in the old movie, while revolutionary for the time, are just way too old for today. They seem to distract more than they help the story, anyway, in my opinion. And the new movie from 2010 just doesn't have that problem. Apart from those issues, there are some problems with the main antagonist, Clue, which is a CG version of a younger Jeff Bridges. But we'll get to those a little bit later. The visuals to me are amazing. While some people don't love the dark doom and gloom of the world with the sprinkling of lights on the suit and the environment, I think it looks pretty good. I don't know what else they could have done, but it would have taken a lot for them to better the visual environment. Now, let's talk about where probably a good chunk of the budget of this movie was spent. The arena scenes. The disc wars, the light cycle battle. Those were main action sequences of this movie. And thank you so much for the newer version of the disc wars. The old one with the stupid looking launcher things they had to use. I'll throw up some clips on the screen. They are just so stupid looking, and they look like the dollar store kids toys. And this new one is just really an improvement. The arena looks pretty cool with the glass and everybody around it. The characters that Sam, our main protagonist, has to fight seem pretty cool. And the pixelating death effects really ties you into the grid computerized world, in my opinion anyway. And to me, the light cycle scenes are even better. They managed to take the battles in the old movie, which to me, those light cycle battles are probably about the only thing in the old movie that aren't visually distracting. While they still look a little bit old, to me the new ones just 10 times the experience of watching them. The bikes look pretty good and the trails upgraded. I think it suits the world. Again, I don't know what they could have done visually, but I think what they chose was definitely good. Now, I've probably praised this movie more than others, but here are my complaints. Clue. Just Clue. I mean, that's probably people's main complaint with the movie is just the CGI of him. Here, I'll throw in a shot. This is one of the main shots that people complain about, him standing in this doorway. It just doesn't look great, and people have thrown the video game engine comment out there, and I think it probably can be at this point. In 2010, the full CGI face just wasn't there. I mean, nowadays people can do it and it looks fine, but just not then. Also, the story to me is a little bit flat, not very. I mean, it's just the story has been told 1,000 times. Evil guy massacres a society and takes over and tries to rule the rest of the world. I'm not saying it's a good story. It isn't a good story, but it has been told before. And the story is people's main complaint with this movie. I really don't have a problem with it, but I also may be looking at the new movie in terms of just nostalgia because I watched it a ton as a kid. But the story is just the main problem with a lot of people, but I think it's all right for the movie. I mean, you're not going to watch this movie, let's be honest. You're not going to watch it for the story. You're going to see people get chopped in half with discs. But I think if you do watch the old movie, the story of the new one becomes better just because it ties up some loose ends and stuff. But I'm pretty sure some diehard fans of the first movie are going to want to grill me for what I've said about their beloved Tron. But I think overall, this movie is better than the first. The first is a classic. I still love watching it. That was the first video I posted on this channel. But this one, in my opinion, offers more for viewers today, and not just those wearing the nostalgia glasses of the old movie. Anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more movie reviews and critiques in the future. See you later.